Upstate Golf Guys, here we go. Anthony Rogers, steal the show. RGB, Florida Mike on the scene. Hollywood Mikey, living the dream. Eagle, birdie, par, bogey, fly. Swing that club, watch it sky. Lombardi Putters shine so clean. Golfing addicts chasing the green. Scrounge up balls from trouble spots, off the tee or random plots. Long drive legend with a grin. Grip it, rip it, let's begin. We're the crew you can't outdrive. Golf obsession keeps us alive. Buzzing by in a golf cart spree. Talking swing, sipping iced tea. Eagle, birdie, par, bogey, fly. Swing that club, watch it sky. Lombardi Putters shine so clean. Golfing addicts chasing the green.
And we are back for another episode of the Upstate Golf Guys podcast. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to another amazing listen, guys. We have a fun one for you guys. We have a gentleman that's building a business. I definitely tuned in and checked him out. His stuff looks very comfortable. I will tell you that right now. It looks very comfortable, and I'm interested in it here in the upstate New York. We have a gentleman by the name of Shane Dog. What's up, Shane Dog?
Shoe Dog.
I'm sorry. I'm blind. Thank you. Shoe Dog.
Okay.
Mike. What's up, buddy?
No, everything's great, man.
Good, man. Good, man. Tell me a little bit. I want you to tell me a little bit about yourself and what got you into this company first off, and for your love of the game of golf. The mic is yours. Just talk a little bit.
So I've been a shoemaker for 45 years. I started in the business when I was right out of high school, working in a factory in Auburn, Maine, learning how to make shoes from the ground up. Fast forward to 2000, I was vice president of design and development and research for Converse. And after that, started my own business for sourcing of shoes for a number of major brands that are confidential.
Okay.
But yeah, been in the business of making shoes for 45 years.
Nice, man.
I moved to Florida. It'll be 2 years in June. And I play golf. I lived in Taiwan. I lived in Indonesia. I lived around the world. I played golf in a crater of a volcano in Thailand.
That's awesome.
But I never really got into it. Moved to Florida and really started to get into it, And one of the old gentlemen of the course says to me, he goes, Shoe Dog, what does that mean on the back of your license plate on the golf cart that you have? I said, I've been making shoes for 45 years. And he goes, can you make golf shoes? And essentially it just clicked in my brain. And I said, all right, I'm going to make a golf shoe brand. And I'm going to make a brand of footwear that is comfortable for me, that I'm going to wear and enjoy to wear every single day, not only from the perspective of comfort, but also from the perspective of, the cosmetics of it. I've been doing this for 45 years. I've been in the design, development, production, sales, marketing of the footwear for 45 years. I got a little bit of knowledge in it.
There's
so,
Florida Mike in my, that's why I love this guy. I brought him on the podcast early at Nationals, but he's showing off one of your shoes, man. And I'm interested. Tell me about that, Florida Mike. What's that shoe you got in their hand?
So there's a couple of really cool things about these shoes. One, everybody knows me who plays golf with me always makes fun of me because I never tied my shoes. My feet are wide. I tell everybody, I'm not going to lose them, I promise. I just can't tie them because my feet hurt. So when I met Dave, we were discussing this in the shop, and he says, "What size are you?" And I told him. He's like, "I got something for you." He's like, "I got something that's going to change it, and you're not going to have to worry about untying your shoes for now on." I said, "Okay, we'll see." A lot of people told me that, And he came back, gave me a pair of shoes. He said, "Try them." And I literally have like 18 pairs of golf shoes in my room that I'll probably never wear again.
Love that.
I'm dead serious. I mean, they're super comfortable. Um, they look nice. I mean, obviously, there's like multiple different like um styles, but this is like that very nice casual look. Pair of pants, shorts, either way works.
Yep.
And like one of the things that I don't ever see on a shoe is a magnet. So that part right there,
Ooh.
you stick it on there. So your ball mark sticks to the shoe. So you just pull it off the shoe, put it on the ground, pick it up, put it like that. Like, that's pretty
Or
sweet.
you can put it on your hat.
Yeah, or it goes right here on the hat,
Sure.
which I have one on there already.
And then I want you to take that hat off, your fine bald head there, Michael. Show me that hat off.
So you got the rope hat, right?
Yep.
It's got every single hat's got the magnet on there.
Yep.
This is like an orange and blue and white. I like it's very comfortable. Holds the sweat nice. Sometimes especially if people sweat a lot, sometimes it'll come off the bill of the hat. Well, it still stays cool while it's sweating and it doesn't run down your face.
Right.
He's got a couple. I have a couple different ones. I got the black, orange, and white,
Mm-hmm.
and I got the all orange.
Nah.
Little Ricky Fowler look,
All right. All right. So I want to bring back. I have a question, Shoe Dog, and I want to apologize because Mike reminded me that I need glasses. Thanks, Mike.
No
But
problem.
anyway, Shoe Dog, tell me a little bit about where this 88 logo and the name came from.
So in the number 8, I've been dealing with Asia for 40 years, 45 years, right?
Sure.
4 years into my tenure of working in a shoe factory, they said to me, they go, will you go to Taiwan and teach them how to make shoes? And I said, I really didn't have a choice because the industry was moving that way. And I said, sure. So I speak Mandarin, Chinese.
Okay.
I lived there for 5 years. I lived in Jakarta, Indonesia for a year. 88 is a very lucky number in the Asian symbols, right? Mm-hmm. But not only from that perspective, it's 88. If you look it up, it means stability, right? So stability in golf. So the combination of both the lucky number and stability of golf is pretty much how we came about the 88 Links Golf Company.
Right. I like it, man. I want to rock some of that merch here in upstate New York. So I'm going to have to message you on the DL after this. And I'm going to ask you how I get some of that later on in the podcast, my man. We have some screen shares to show off your amazing website. Florida Mike, what else are you showing me off there, buddy?
This is awesome.
So all the boxes are magnetic, right? So they're pretty nice. And the shoe one actually has like a nice little message on the inside. I left it inside. It has a nice message on the inside. But I even got me some nice, because I'm a fan of pink, so gingers look good in pink. So I got some pink and blue 88 slides.
Nice. Actually, all right, let me interrupt here, guys. I get made fun of all summer long here in the upstate New York for wearing slides. Is there a problem wearing slides? Like, tell me what's wrong with wearing slides, Florida Mike. Tell me right now.
Absolutely nothing. I get made fun of too because I'm in Florida and don't wear flip flops. But just something about that thing in between your toes that drives me nuts. So I love slides personally. That's all I've ever owned are slides, and it's just way more convenient, man. When you're golfing, like going in from your golf shoes to your car, you just put the slides on. I mean, they're nice.
I love it, man. I mean, I talk to guys all the time in the parking lot putting their golf cleats on, man. And they ask me all the time, why are you wearing those things? I'm like, it's because I like them. They're convenient. Okay. I slip them on. Stop asking me questions, man. I go shopping. I go shopping with my socks on and slides here in upstate New York. Mind your business. Okay. Like, I don't know, like whatever. They're comfortable, bro. I don't care. Like,
Amen.
okay, that's it. Amen, man. But
amen is right.
That hat's awesome though, on your head, man. I want one of those things.
Comfortable.
Here. I'm
Done.
literally-
Just give me your contact information. I'll send you some hats.
I appreciate that. I really
Yeah.
do. Thank you so much, Shoe Dog.
Yeah.
But anyways, man, tell me a little bit about. I want to know about forming this shoe. I want to know about what the process is of how it's created, man. Just talk, man.
So you gotta start from the foundation of the product first, right? And the foundation is your last, and the last is the shape that you develop to encompass the shape of the shoe, right? So it's
Sure.
got to be it's if you don't get that right, your foundation's not right, and your business is not going to be right. And I built the foundation off of my foot. I mean, I've been making shoes for 45 years. I know what shape needs to be made, and I developed the last to follow the shape of my foot. Wish I had a last here. I wish I would have been prepared for this. I don't have one sitting here.
Okay, it's
But
all right.
That's all right.
but anyway, it's basically your foot form of your foot that develops the last to make the shoes, right? So you got to get that right first. So that was the first thing to get perfect, and then once you do that, the footbed in the shoe. All I'm going to say is that Mike, you probably will agree to this, that every single time you put these shoes on from day one, they feel like you're putting on a brand new shoe. I didn't scrimp on any of the materials. The materials in the footbed are just fantastic. So you can wear these shoes for a year, and when you put the shoe on a year later, the footbed is going to feel like you're putting on a new shoe.
Sure.
Yeah, the sole is awesome. And you have to, it's like it's nice and thick.
Yep.
See,
Got a nice arch to it.
it's got nice, and every time I put them on, you feel your foot. You take a couple steps, you feel your foot molding into the sole,
Absolutely.
and then once it's in, like by the time you're warming up, it doesn't even feel like you have your shoes on.
Right.
And like one of the big things that I like is, Anthony, I have a lot of power in my swing, and I tend to slip.
You do.
And I've probably played 12 to 15 rounds in these, and I've slipped once, and that was because the tee box was sand and not grass.
Okay.
But any grass that I've stood on, I have not slipped, which is huge for me. Because now I don't have to worry about blowing an ACL or getting a hip flexor.
Yeah. No, I mean I get it, man. All right, Shoe Dog. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I grew up with flat feet. Okay, I did, and everyone makes fun of me because when I get out of the pool, my imprint on the concrete is a flat mark, and it's got no arch and everything. Tell me a little bit about your thoughts on flat feet and the best way for shoes. The working way that your thoughts are for a golf swing and flat feet, how it coexists. Tell me a little bit about it.
So my shoe is going to accommodate both a flat-footed person and a person with an arch. And the person with a flat foot could potentially wear the footbed that's in the shoe that has more of an arch on it. It's personal preference to comfort. If you feel comfortable wearing a shoe that has a little bit of an arch in it with being a flat foot, and it feels comfortable to you, perfect. If it doesn't, the shoes come with a second footbed that will accommodate a flat foot.
All right.
So every single pair of the shoes that I'm producing will have both the high arch and they'll have the flat foot arch. So it's all going to be up to the consumer to decide which one is more comfortable for them.
All right. I'm very interested. Now, I'm a C-Flight golfer. Mike might have told you a lot about our tour. I'm about a 15.9 handicap now. I've been really working on my handicap and lowering that. And I know Mike has told me the start of the swing starts at your shoes. There is no doubt about it. It starts at your shoes. And I have no affiliation with any shoe company. I personally like squares. because they fit my feet good and they feel good on my swing with my flat feet. I'm a little goofy out there, but I'm seriously do want to try your shoes. I'm curious to have your shoes on my feet. And I will.
What size are you?
I'm 10 and a half. I'm a 10 and a half. All right.
Perfect.
Yeah, and I will certainly brag about your shoe up here. And I play a lot of golf, man. I've been working on my game. I got a goofy swing, man. But I'm working on it, getting it down there into the single teen handicaps or whatever you call them. And yeah, man, it's Mike. Mike, I love Florida Mike. I brought him on this podcast because he has so much golf IQ, and I love hearing him tell me about golf. It's so much fun because he's got this driving range down there in Florida, and he tells me all about all these people's swings, and he tells me every day about how he's watching these people and learning their game and loving the game of golf. And he's telling me all these stories, man, and I take it to heart because I love it. I have a little small business up here in upstate New York. I have a convenience store, and it's been in business 52 years. I'll give you the information after. That's none of the listeners' concern or whatever.
Congratulations.
But thank you. Trying to grow a small business from the ground up, I understand, and I understand the will and the power it takes and to grow this thing, man. And it's awesome. I started this podcast just because I like to talk a lot, dude. I like to talk, and I found an escape to be able to talk into a microphone. I love golf. It saved my life, man. In so many ways, more ways than one. I don't want to get into the listeners' ear about the way golf saved my life because most of the people up here in upstate New York already know my story.
Fantastic.
Yes, but man, I want to get those shoes on my feet. I have a couple screen shares. Can I share your webpage?
Go ahead, please.
Absolutely. All right, man.
Why is sharing your webpage? Why don't you tell them a little bit about where you play at? Tell them a little bit how nice Glen Lakes is becoming.
So I moved here in June. 2 years. It'll be 2 years in June. We moved to Florida without knowing exactly where we were going to live. We had no clue. I mean, I had an idea. So I had everything shipped to Tampa. We had an idea that maybe Bradenton might be the area. Bradenton, Ruskin, St. Pete would be the area. And then a friend of mine says to me, he goes, why don't you stay at our place at Glen Lakes and use that as your hub to go out and take a look at where you want to land?
Sure.
And so we came down here. We moved everything to Tampa. It was in storage. It went into Tampa, and we came down here and we started looking. And when we started looking, it was like really busy in Bradenton, really busy in Ruskin, really busy in St. Pete. So we're sitting here and we're going, wow, this is friggin' awesome. Glen Lakes is just incredible, right? I'm 63 years old. Decided to up and leave without even knowing where we're going to land. Mm-hmm. And we land in a place that is just absolutely fantastic. I love this place. My friends that I play with here are incredible. I play 6 days a week, 2:00 every afternoon after working from 4 a.m. till 1 p.m. I'm out on the course 6 days a week playing golf. It is incredible. I love it.
That's awesome.
I understand, man. I understand that story, man, because I'm out there on the golf course with so many strangers and they tell me their story and I love it, man. But I have it on the screen here.
That's Glen Lakes right there.
Okay. Gotcha. I have on the screen here your awesome website, man. And
Thanks.
Through the website, I see a bunch of pictures coming across. I see some of your products, man. And they look awesome, bro. You could find this. Mike, tell me where we could find this awesome company.
Well, you can find it at 88links.com, 88golflinks.com, or you can find them on Instagram as well. It's pretty easy to access the website through Instagram. It's super quick. And yeah, just give it a shot. I mean, the ball markers are nice. The pivot tools are nice. Divot tools are nice. Gloves. So yeah, you won't be disappointed. For sure.
Thanks.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. I love it so much. It's really cool stuff. Mike's been showing off his hat down there. He all right. So I'm not gonna get into my stories and my daily BS, but Mike sends me pictures every day of him golfing down there in Florida with the beautiful sunshine behind him. And I'm here in upstate New York, freezing my butt off, and no, it's funny, man, because Mike's up there laughing. And he's sending me, he's like, you got to get this hat on your head. You got to get these shoes on your feet. Literally. And I'll show you the proof, sir, that he's sending me this.
I'm sure.
If you want this, follow my Instagram at the Upstate Golf Guys podcast, man. And you'll
Already
see
do.
all of this. You do? All right, good,
Yeah,
man.
absolutely.
Absolutely, man. And it's awesome, dude. It's, again, Florida Mike is amazing. I love this kid with all of my heart, and I will tell you this: I've only known him for a year, and I would take a bullet for the kid.
So when are you coming down to play golf with us?
God, I have to ask the wife that question, man. That's a
Get
good
down
question.
here, man. It's
Good
freaking
Lord.
it is so fantastic. So every Friday we go out on a drunken scramble. We could be 20 people playing on one hole at a time. 10 on one team, 10 on the other team. And if you get a birdie, you take a shot. It's fantastic.
I love it, man. Mike's
The
kid
Florida life.
He's living up there in the corner laughing because I'm here freezing my ass off, asking my wife every single night when I come home for dinner, what the F are we doing here in upstate New York? Literally.
So Anthony, let me just tell you this, all right? I've lived in Maine most of my life. You can't get any colder than that.
Sure.
Unless you go up to Canada.
Sure.
But oh my God, it's I can't even describe to you how incredible it is to live here.
You're asking yourself, why did I waste all
Why did I wait so long?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So
I
I lived
know.
in Chicago for a while, so I know cold too, and I have no desire to go back.
figure it out soon, man. You got to get down here. Once you get down here, it's
Especially with all the new golf courses coming in, it's gonna be
amazing.
nice. We got some pretty good. We got a golf course being built right down the street, right in between Glen Lakes and golf shop,
Absolutely.
and it's gonna be huge. The Corn Ferry Tour is playing at Lakewood Ranch this week, and Lakewood Ranch bought all the land by us, and they're gonna build a nice course right there. So it's gonna be pretty nice. And you got Cabot. I'm trying to get him down for June 7th and 8th when we have because he's on the same tour as me.
Yep.
So I wanted him to play in the Florida Regional, which is Cabot. So maybe next year he can get down here.
Maybe.
I got a bunch.
No,
of
the deal is I go there this year. You come here next year. There ain't no ands, ifs, or buts. I will pick you up myself.
Yes, sir. I know.
Cool.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Very cool.
Yes. I love it. I love it. All right, sir. Listen, again, we have our daily conversations every day with Florida Mike, and he tells me and brags about your awesome merchandise, man. I don't want to hold you up all night, man, because I know your time was valuable. We're going to keep this one nice, short, and sweet. But I have a couple questions for you that I love to ask golf lovers, man,
Sure.
in a podcast, a golf podcast. You could create a foursome, dead or alive, doesn't matter, man. You create a foursome to golf with. You tell me, man, that foursome and why.
Okay, so we got John Daly, DeChambeau. I'm going to pronounce his name wrong. DeChambeau.
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 You said DeChambeau.
And then Chichi Rodriguez
Nice.
and me.
Okay.
Would that
I
be
like
that would be pretty awesome, wouldn't it?
It
would be.
May I ask you why? Can you ask you why, sir? Like ask you why Chichi Rodriguez?
Oh, he's just when you think about a golfer that is just extreme class. Can you find anybody more classy than Chichi Rodriguez?
While being animated too.
And, oh my God!
Like
absolutely.
you always do the sword
with the sword, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
He's just fabulous, right?
Sure.
And then John Daly, he doesn't give a friggin' shit.
He
really
doesn't.
doesn't. I don't give a shit. Everybody asks me, we're out playing golf, and don't you get stressed out? when you start hitting the balls bad, I go, no, I'm playing golf. I don't really give a crap. I'm just I'm here to have fun with my friends, man. And that's what John Daly's
about, man. That's it.
And then we got DeChambeau, right? I mean, he's just like Bamboo. He's just classy. He's classy himself. And for a young guy, I really felt bad for him losing this, just the Masters. But
hey, listen, if you go tune in, Mike, should I tell him about the PPP live, man?
Yeah, we did a live podcast. We did a live podcast while watching the Masters on our buddy RGB's Pitch Putt and Puff. It's another golf podcast, and we were pretty tore up watching Bryson fall down like that. It's
and we all had like the juju on Rory a little bit. I mean, listen, I love Rory. I am happy now that he got the green jacket after all said and done.
Good for him. Absolutely.
Yeah. But we were secretly rooting for Rose because of his story. The guy's been there for however many years. Mike might be able to answer this question. Mike,
20.
how many times was he there to win it?
He's been to the Masters 20 times. He's the only one on the PGA Tour who has the most day one leads at the Masters without winning the Masters.
Wow.
Yeah. He's got like 5 or 6.
It's incredible.
So Rory had a story. Sure. Like we were rooting for him, or we were rooting him down, but we were secretly rooting for Rose, and we weren't secretly rooting for it. It was all live, man. You could go and watch it. We were sitting there giving the bad juju to Rory, hoping he missed it. It was funny, man. It was a fun live podcast. It was a lot of fun. I actually enjoyed it. We were watching the Masters doing all like live commentary. It was really funny. It was fun. Go give him a follow on the YouTube Pitch Putt and Puff.
We'll do.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a fun follow as well. But listen, thank you, sir, so much for joining this podcast, man. It was a ton of fun. Why don't you tell the listeners, not Florida Mike, where everybody could find you and your website? Oh, did we freeze up?
Uh-oh.
That's you, Mike. He wants to know where you.
He wants you to tell us. He wants you to tell us. Yeah.
So 88 links, 88linksgolf.com.
Okay.
You can find it there. Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep.
And in your,
I'm sorry?
Your Instagram, Florida Mike, where can we find it? The Instagram page?
88 Links Golf Instagram page. At 88 Links Golf.
Gotcha, buddy. Awesome.
Or on my page, because you'll see I post it on my page all the time.
Okay. Yeah, I follow it. I love it, man. I see it. All right, man. Shoe Dog.
Hey.
Thank you so much again for joining us, man. We're going to pause it for a minute, and me and Florida Mike are going to talk a little bit about the podcast, and I hope you enjoy tuning in, man. It's going to be a ton of fun.
Sounds good. So I'll see you guys later.
Yes, Dave. Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming on, brother.
Thank you very much,
I will send you all the links, and again, I really appreciate you, sir, for joining the podcast.
Fantastic. I appreciate you doing this. Thank you very much.
It was a ton of fun.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Awesome, buddy.
Thanks.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Is your swimming pool looking more like a pond these days? Don't sweat it. Swimming Pool Repair Experts has your back. Since 2000, Swimming Pool Repair Experts has been the trusted name for top-notch in-ground pool renovations across the greater capital region. From liner changes and pool bottom refinishing to plumbing repairs, opening, closings, and stunning upgrades like lighting, benches, stairs, and decks, Swimming Pool Repair Experts does it all. Their expert team is ready to bring your pool back to life so you can dive into some summer fun. Because what's better than taking a nice dip after a long round of golf? Get a hold of Jim over at Swimming Pool Repair Experts today at 518-858-2587. That's 518-858-2587. Or check his website out, swimmingpoolrepairexperts.com. And don't forget to tell Jim that you heard about him on the Upstate Golf Guys podcast for that extra discount.
Hey, Mike, you know anybody does any roofing?
Actually, I do, Raj.
Who you got for me, man?
Dude named Tom Murphy did my boss's roof. actually does hands-on work.
Gets right up there on the roof, huh? The owner of the
Yeah, he
company?
does. Knows his shit too.
That's awesome, man. Is this Thomas Paul Construction?
Yep, that's him.
Man, I heard nothing but good things about them. I'm actually on their Facebook page right now looking up some things. The pictures, the aerial view, they're really cool. He gets up there with the drone. You can see the before and afters of some of the work they've done. Go check them out on Facebook. They're a new sponsor here, the Upstate Golf Guys. So make sure you guys go support Thomas Paul Construction, roofing and siding. Thomas Paul Construction LLC is a full-service construction company who specializes in roofing and siding, covering the greater capital region. You can reach them at 518-308-6794. Once again, 518-308-6794. And make sure to go check out their Facebook page, see some pictures of what they've done in the past, and let them know the Upstate Golf Guys sent you.
And they just. All right. We are back after that short intermission. Florida Mike. He's awesome, guy. He's awesome. You're right about him, man. He is so cool.
Yeah, dude, he's got cool stories, man. He like just what he's done, where he's been. And when you meet him in person, he's so chill. He's always smiling. You know what I mean? Like he is winning. You know,
Yeah.
it's awesome. It's awesome to see, especially when it's with good people. You can just tell by being around him. Like it brings like a sense of just like joy when you're around him. You know what I mean? Like he fills the room up. So yeah, definitely good person. Great stuff. Like I said, I love his shoes. I'm probably turning in my golf shoes to First Tee, which is a program for children that can't afford golf and stuff like that. But it's a good brand. Nobody will be disappointed. I'm telling you.
No, I agree, man. I see it. I see it, and I cannot wait to try those shoes on these flat feet, my friend. These
Yeah.
flat feet that everybody made fun of all my life, but brother, sometimes it is a pain in the ass, and they hurt once in a while. And growing up with flat feet sucks, brother. It really does.
Try wide feet with I have an arch, but I have wide feet.
Okay.
So if my shoes are not wide enough, even like shoes that say wide, if I tie my shoelaces, I've always had pain at the top of my foot. Like it was very uncomfortable. So I always, my whole life, have had my shoes untied, unless I'm playing a sport like basketball, football. I would tie them obviously and just deal with it. But yeah, golf, never had my shoes tied, dude. People thought I was crazy.
That's funny, man. I love it. I love the
Yeah.
story, bro. Again, everybody has a story out there on the golf course, man. It's so fun listening to everybody's story. I kind of hope I get like paired up with strangers sometimes. I know nobody likes that, but sometimes I secretly like hope for that to get
I like the
paired up.
risk. I like the risk involved in that. Like,
Sure.
like a lot of times, sometimes I got to play super early and I can't get people to play with me, or I just don't have time to ask. So I'll call the golf course and I'll be like, hey, is there any way I can get the earliest time? I'm a single, so if you need to fill a spot, I am more than happy to be that guy. And more often than not, especially just casual play, I've never had a bad time with a stranger. And you kind of learn some stuff sometimes, you know. But like in tournaments, I've been paired with randoms. It's 50-50. Like when I won this national championship, that final group, the dude in my cart was awesome. The one, and then there's just that one guy who was just I was hoping he was going to drive the cart into a pond or something. So it's like 50-50 in tournaments. Sometimes you get some real douchebags. But I guess that's anywhere, because I've had them down here too. But it doesn't stop my round. I had a good round today too. You don't
Let's
get
go.
to play.
I did not. Tell me a little bit about that round today before we close it out.
So the course was actually playing pretty easy to the eye. I had back stiffness this morning, so it's always a pain having to stretch like every few holes until it loosens up. But I was just playing within myself, and I had couldn't get a birdie today. Birdie eluded me, but I did have 10 pars, 9 pars, 10 pars. I had a chance to break 80, and I bogeyed the final 2. But I was happy with my game. Overall, it feels good. the points leader in Golf Week Am Tour, though, on the Sea Flight in our tour, Chris Gray. I know he's going to be watching this later. Had a phenomenal round today. He shot 6 over today.
Nice.
Yeah, he had 5 birdies.
Congrats, dude.
Yeah, so he played well. So that's the Sea Flight leader that I'm going up against at Eagle Ridge, our 2-day major here in next weekend. And I told him, I said, listen, man, I just said, you come out here, you can shoot 14 under, all I care. I said, come tournament time, you're not shooting that shit. I'm not having it. You know, we have our friendly banter. We always go back and forth
Sure,
and do
I
side
love
bets.
Dude, banter is the best thing in golf, bro. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, it is. Especially when you have when you have friends with like say like no boundaries, like nothing like we say to each other is gonna hurt our feelings kind of thing.
Mhm.
Like I play with a guy, he's hilarious, dude. Like, so you'll have an uphill putt and you'll come up short and he's like, hey man, if you're fucking scared, buy a dog. Other than that, put it in the goddamn cup, It's like, hey, I didn't know you brought your sister out here with you, Sally, stuff like that. Like, then I do that too, like today I was
Sure.
messing with the boys and we have our friendly, because I usually have the same group on Wednesday. So we've built quite the bond. We got this kid from London. Shout out Ben Coy. He's hanging out with a buddy of mine, the combat veteran, and he's getting into golf with us, and he's having a great time out there playing. He struggled today. He's been playing really good with all the practice. He struggled today, and I told him, I said, listen, man, that's golf. I said, perfect example. I said, I shot 81 today. I won a tournament shooting 83. I said, and then I went to a tournament Sunday and I shot a 97. I was like, it happens. Like, it is golf. Take it in stride.
Yep.
Take the positives. You know what I mean? Like, pick like
And
4 or 5 good shots.
listen, and our guest this evening literally hit the nail on the head with that, brother. He said, people ask me, aren't you having a bad time? Aren't you with bad shots? No, brother, I'm out here golfing. Trying to
Yeah.
unload. Trying to unload. Literally, I don't care. I don't care about a couple bad shots. Stop asking me that. Mind your business. I have my brain. You have your brain. Leave it at that. Right, buddy? Like, I mean,
That's it.
good Lord. Stop wondering what my brain is thinking, dude.
Yeah. And it's like in golf, and golf is huge too. Like your mental recovery. Like, I mean, whether you're trying to get better, or you're playing with your friends, or you're in a tournament, like, on the front 9, I shot 3 over, and I made a hiccup on 9 that cost me my par. That's okay.
Yep.
And then the next hole, I got my first double of the day. It was stupid. It was silly. It was nonsense. But I didn't get it. I didn't get down right. So what I try to do is how well can I bounce back from that double? Because that's what it's all about. Are you going to compound mistakes and create a high score? Or are you going to take a step back, recoup, and try to hit a different shot? Because it's another hole. So in reality, whatever happened then is in the past because it's a brand new hole. You're not redoing the same hole. You're playing another one. So I try to just block it out. And I went on the par 3. I hit a great shot. The wind kind of grabbed it and drifted it right. I was just off the green. It was a super tight lie, so I just hit the putt up the hill and stopped it like a foot from the cup, and I tapped in my par. So I turned that double, and essentially you could look at it as 2 bogeys. So that it's not as bad. Then on the next hole, because I'm still able to break 88, right? Like all I need is a par and a birdie on the final 2 holes. And I'm in like Flynn, baby. Wow, I piped this drive on a dog leg left. And I should have known better because I hadn't cut the ball all day. I just been hitting them straight. And I flew over the fairway, bounced it down, and landed it in like right next to a pond. And it was hovering like 8 inches off the ground and some sawgrass. And I thought about hitting it righty, and I chose to take a drop. So I ended up getting a bogey there. And I love playing golf, man.
Me too, dude. I love it so much, bro. It unloads so much on my daily bullshit. I fucking love it, bro. I fucking love it.
Yeah.
And yes, I use the F word. I'm
It's
sorry.
it's its own world. Like when you're on the golf course, unless you're with your best friend who you've been with, known for years, and you guys are talking about work. When you're with other people, you don't talk about that stuff. It's its own world. Like it's our reality versus what's outside the golf course. And the only thing you talk about is like sports, maybe. You generally don't really hear politics, which is great. You generally
Yep.
don't hear religion, which is great.
Yup.
Not putting a negative on religion. It's just
No, I
nice not
just
to hear about it.
I don't want to hear it right now. I'm on a
Yeah.
golf course.
But I love our little reality. You know what I mean? Like to escape this reality. Um, and it's so expensive, so I really can't drink either. So it keeps me from getting drunk at the bar because I got to spend so much money on golf,
Yep.
which is a fair trade.
Sure is.
I'm not gonna drive drunk and hit somebody after I just bought a set of clubs. So
No doubt. No
I
doubt.
might want to hit a tree after I buy a set of clubs, but
No, I know the story. I know the story. And yo, dude, Shoe Dog, thank you so much with my heart. Thank you, dude, for coming on the podcast, bro, because I know the grind, growing a business from the startup, man. And your stuff looks awesome. And I can't wait to hear more about it. You're more than welcome to come on the podcast anytime. Open arms, literally reach out to me, reach out to Florida Mike, tell me about some new merch coming out. I would love to hear all about it, buddy. Yeah, again, thank you so much, man. And I just want to end this episode thanking all of my followers and supporters for always tuning in every week, man. It's been a grind from the start up. I started this thing with nothing, literally, and I just thought I could build something just for the fun of it. I have a microphone in front of my face. I thought it would be my safe place to come and talk whenever I want and just spit it. I love golf so much with my heart, and again, it saved my life in so many ways, shapes, and forms. But that's nobody else's drama and nobody else's business. But I just truly, truly, truly thank everybody for the support, for listening and always tuning in from the beginning, because I see you guys. I see it. I see the numbers and I see it growing. And I want this thing to go to the moon, baby. I really do. So let's keep growing it. Florida Mike, thank you again for joining me on this amazing podcast. And we thank you all again for tuning in to another amazing episode of the Upstate Golf Guys podcast. Have a good night, everybody.
Eagle, birdie, par, bogey, fly. Swing that club, watch it sky. Lombardi putter shine so clean. Golfing addicts chasing the green. Upstate Golf Guys, that's the vibe. Golf and laughs keep us alive. Tune in now, don't you see? Podcast legends, it's Anthony and me.